So today we're going to talk about reptilian survival, fear, and anger. What if some of the deepest anger that humanity carries isn't anger at all? What if it's survival? What if some of that survival programming isn't even originally human? What if it comes from our reptilian ancestors? Today, I'm going to share a perspective that emerged through my own spiritual exploration and remembrance. So, I'm not necessarily asking you to believe it. I'm not asking you to agree with me. I'm simply inviting you to play with it. Like, what if? So, today we're going to look at three things: why this conversation matters, why are we talking about reptilians and anger and fear, giving ourselves permission to explore different perspectives, just allowing that what if. And then third, what can we practically do with this information? Because it doesn't really serve us to be talking about aliens and not really grounded into our human life. So before I begin, I just want to be clear. I'm not telling you what to think or how to think. I'm simply sharing a story that emerged through my own experiences, my own memories, and my spiritual exploration. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and remember to follow and trust your own guidance, your own heart, your own intuition, and your own discernment. So let's dive in. The reason I want to talk about reptilians has very little to do with reptilians. It has everything to do with understanding ourselves as humans. So, in my exploration, reptilians have gifted us one of the deepest gifts that ever was given to organic life, which is survival, the ability to survive, the ability to protect life, the ability to continue existing. Now, survival itself is not bad. In fact, survival may be one of the most powerful programs ever created. But survival, you could say, has some side effects. Survival is what created fear. Fear is what creates anger, and anger creates separation. And we all know that separation is an illusion. We are all one. So many of us spend our lives fighting fear, fighting anger without realizing that underneath both of them, it is simply a part of ourselves trying to stay alive. Survival was never trying to hurt us, it was trying to keep us alive. The moment we understand that, compassion becomes possible, and compassion creates healing, and awareness creates choice, and choice creates freedom. Now, let's play a little bit with a different perspective. Again, this is not something you need to believe. This is simply a story, like many stories. So, what if the reptilians were never the ultimate villains? What if they were simply one stage of evolution? What if they were among one of our most ancient ancestors? What if the reptilians' gift was survival itself, a powerful program that allowed life to continue and adapt? In my own remembrance and exploration, I have come to see reptilians very differently than the stories we often hear. Not as purely evil beings controlling everything from the shadows, but as a civilization that also experienced growth, learning, evolution, transformation, like humanity, like all of life. There is much more to that story, including the story of how they themselves lost their own universe, and I'll share that in a later video. But for now, what matters is this. If we carry reptilian ancestry within us, then we also carry the gifts and the wounds associated with survival. And if survival wounds become fear and fear becomes anger, then every moment of awareness gives us a choice. Will I choose fear? Will I choose anger? Or will I choose love? Will I choose trust? Will I choose surrender? So, knowing all of this, what do we do with all this information? This is where these memories for me become practical. Now I know where fear comes from. The next time I feel fear, or the next time I feel anger, or the next time I see someone experiencing fear or anger, I pause. I take a breath and invite you to take a breath too at these times. Come back to your heart, and instead of fighting the emotion, speak to it. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for keeping me alive. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for serving me. And now I choose something greater. I choose love. I choose Love, I choose love instead of fear. I choose trust, trust in the goddess, trust in the universe, trust in the divine instead of fear. And I choose surrender. I let go of my own expectations and I simply let God, let Goddess move through me. I choose to remember who I truly am. I am part of the all. I am one, and one is all, and all is one. And we are all here to be our unique selves, our unique frequency, and also to remember that we are part of remember all the parts of yourself. Allow yourself to send love to the part of you that is afraid. Allow yourself to send compassion to the part of you that is trying to survive. That is all she is doing. She's just trying to survive. So be compassionate with that part of yourself that just wants to survive and allow that energy to transform because awareness creates a choice and choice creates freedom. So let's take a deep breath. Release control. Release control and allow yourself to return back to that infinite stream of life, that infinite unconditional love, that infinite unconditional compassion, the infinite stream of love, of wisdom, and trust that you are held. You are always held by a blanket of love, of divine love, of unconditional love. I truly believe this, and I truly believe it. So before you go, I want to leave you with 3 journal prompts. If you do not journal, please journal. It is probably the most transformational thing. And not just journal, but read back on your journal, read back on your musings and your thoughts. So when you answer these questions, just observe. Don't try to like rationalize it. Don't try to be mean to yourself. Don't be like, don't judge. Just observe. Number 1, where in my life is survival running the show? What fear might be hiding underneath my anger? And what would happen? Allow yourself to think. What would happen if I sent love to the other part of myself that is trying to protect me? Thank you so much for exploring these perspectives with me. You don't have to believe it about the reptilian, even though I will tell you all about how their universe died in my explorations of my other past selves, my past, present, future parallel lifetimes. And this is where I'm learning all of this. So my recommendation for you, if you want to dive deeper, first and foremost, go inwards, into your heart, into that connection with source, and remember that you are already part of the all. You are so loved, so protected, and everything can change if you simply ask, what if? What if? What if? What is my story? What if I have reptilian ancestors? What if I'm also a lion? If you enjoyed this conversation, follow along. And if you have any questions, leave them below. Questions help us all learn and grow and continue to explore this infinite cosmos together. I love you so, so, so much, beautiful soul. I truly believe in you and know that you are always so loved and so protected. Bye now.